The queens enter the workroom, congratulating Lorantis on her win and Ginger on winning the lip sync. The atmosphere in the room is still very tense after the fight in last week's Untucked, and there's an awkward silence afterwards.
It's a new day in the workroom, and I've managed to overcome the odds to not only win my first challenge, but prove that I'm capable of going all the way. I don't think that everyone shares that opinion, though, and after fighting with Judy, it's clear that we won't ever see eye to eye.
Mrs. Potato Head looks at Judy and Lorantis and tells them both to suck it up, and that the competition is almost over. They don't have to like each other, but they can't be at each other's throats. Lorantis apologizes to Judy for the argument, but Judy ignores her and says she's surprised that she didn't place in the top last week. The other girls look at each other nervously, worried that they may have another problem contestant on their hands.
I was hoping we'd be finished with the catfights and bitchfests once Brittany left, but there's just never a dull moment here. If I have to hear Judy complain about Lorantis being fake or two-faced one more time, I'm going to take her pointy futuristic collar and shove it right up her.
After what feels like too long of a silence, the TV finally goes off, and the queens get ready to learn what the challenge is for this week. Here's the sitch, queens. As we all know, sometimes you have to get ready for a performance in a rush, and it doesn't help when you're trying to do that on the way to the venue. For this week's mini challenge, we'll simulate a quick drag transformation, as all of you will have 10 minutes to do your makeup while in a moving car. Whoever has the cleanest transformation wins.
I'm no stranger to getting ready in my limo, but I feel like that driver hit every single pothole on the drive around the studio. These mini challenges have to be designed to embarrass us to the point of no return at this rate.
Lorantis won the mini challenge.
Another mini challenge win? I hope that my ego isn't going to inflate too much with this, but it's pretty hard not to. I'm going to ride this high as long as I possibly can.
For this week's maxi challenge, it's time to share the magic of drag with these toads who are visiting the studio. Each one of you will get assigned a toad to make over into your drag family member. On the runway, the category is Catch of the Day, where both you and your makeover partner must give us your best underwater look. Good luck, and don't fuck it up. The queens start to get to work with their makeover partners. Mrs. Potato Head quickly starts to pull out outfits that have a theme of predatory fish, and she asks if her toad would prefer to be a pufferfish or an anglerfish. The toad says that they want to be a pufferfish, and Mrs. Potato Head quickly gets to work on making another outfit for her partner.
I know that there's going to be at least one or two queens here who are going to take the basic way out and do some mermaid look on that runway. It's cute, sure, but I'm not just going to sit here and be cute. If my makeover partner wants to stand out, we're going to camp it up and do something totally out of left field. Puffer up, bitches.
Meanwhile, Polly Pocket is offering different wigs for her toad to try on for their mermaid eleganza, but her toad is slightly indecisive, saying that they would prefer having the same hairstyle as Polly on the runway. Polly tells her partner that that could be arranged, and hands them a big poofy ponytail wig for them to try on. They love it, and Polly eagerly moves on to talk about makeup options.
The judges have made a few comments about me wearing my signature ponytail too many times on the runway, but for a makeover challenge, family resemblance is everything. I want my toad to look exactly like me in every way possible, and thankfully, they feel the same way. With that, we'll have plenty of time to perfect our presentation.
On the other end of the workroom, Lorantis is quietly talking with her partner about ideas for what they want their drag to be, and the toad says that they want to be a clownfish and ham it up on the runway, and Lorantis seems a bit skeptical of the idea. She does support her partner, however, and says that it's important to do what they want to do on that runway. When the toad suggests she could always be a sea anemone and reveal her on the runway, Lorantis' eyes light up, and she quickly gets to work on sewing their runways.
My partner has a very ambitious concept for the runway, but this is not impossible to create. It will definitely be a very risky choice, as we aren't going to be the exact same creature on that main stage. If we're able to pull this off, though, this could very well be one of the best looks I've ever created.
Judy Jetson is trying to work with her toad, who is busy asking her questions about what the other queens were like. Judy says that most of them are really nice, except for one queen, gesturing to Lorantis. When the toad says that she expected all of the queens to get along with each other this late into the competition, Judy says that she wishes they did too, but some of them are acting for the cameras, which makes the toad nervous to interact with her. Her worried expression messes up Judy's makeup application, which results in her having to start over.
My makeover partner looks like she's trying to pass a kidney stone, and it's causing her makeup to get all messed up. I'm starting to get frustrated with her, but I know that if I lose my temper again with some complete stranger, it's just going to give the other queens ammunition to attack me again in Untucked. I just need to keep calm and beat that mug, and then these other queens will eat their words when I'm sitting pretty in the top.
Jade is quickly getting to work on their runways, but the Toad wonders why they picked a fabric that clashes so much with their spots. Jade tells them that it'll show a funky fashion side for both of them, and that it'll give their look that much more uniqueness over the other designs. The Toad nods hesitantly at first, but after seeing the rough design in the mirror, she says that they should use a different color and try starting over. Jade gives in to her partner, and quickly restarts on her partner's outfit.
If I keep going with my current runway, I'll get torn apart for making my makeover partner unhappy. If I go on that main stage with another shoddy runway, I'll get torn apart for letting the judges down yet again. I'm screwed no matter what I do, so I figure I might as well give my makeover partner the best experience they can have and make them happy. At least one of us is going to be smiling on that runway.
Ginger's partner shows hesitation in walking down in heels on the runway for their crab outfits, and wonders if they could just wear flats and stand on their toes instead. Ginger says that's not how it works, and that everything needs to be pushed to the max in order for the whole look to come together. Ginger helps her partner practice walking in her heels, and encourages them to walk with confidence.
I feel bad for forcing my makeover partner into heels, but I can't risk going home tonight. I've been working so hard against more experienced queens and have managed to hold my own this far, but it's getting tougher and tougher to keep up. I should have asked Laurentis for help sewing my designs earlier, but I'm worried it'd take too much time away from an already stressful challenge.
As the queens and their partners interact with each other while making their final preparations, the queens start talking about who put them in drag for the first time. Laurentis says the queens already heard her story about Faramosa putting her in drag, but repeats her story for the sake of the Toads. Mrs. Potato Head and Jade say that they both put themselves in drag for the first time, and Judy says that her mother, Jane, helped to put her in drag. Polly Pocket says that she's unsure who put her in drag, since she did it as a group with her friends, but she's sure that she looked as busted as Maggie did her first time. Everybody laughs.
It was really nice to open up to the queens and toads about our first experiences doing drag, and hopefully it should inspire them to try it again when they return home. We can't all expect to look glamorous or beautiful our first time, so it's important to keep at it and hone your skills. Maybe one day, you too can look just as glamorous as me.
Polly Pocket, Judy Jetson, Laurentis, and Mrs. Potato Head had a great performance. Jade and Ginger had a good performance.
I stepped out on that runway and I could immediately see the judges' expressions drop. I already let them down in the first 5 seconds on the runway, but I'll be damned if I'll let it ruin how my toad feels right now. If I make them happy to express themselves, then I've done my job right.
Everything worked out on that runway, and I'm so thankful that I managed to pull together such a sickening look with my partner. But most of those girls didn't deliver at all. Jade's runway was shit again, shocker, and Laurentis didn't even match her makeover partner. I think I know damn well who the bottom 2 this week are going to be, and it's going to be delightful.
I think that my toad did a fairly decent job, but I could tell that they were struggling to walk back to the end of the runway in their heels. They looked beautiful with their whole ensemble, and I would not have changed a single thing. I just hope that Kim and Monique feel the same way. I really don't want to disappoint them again after these past few weeks of underwhelming in my performances.
Welcome to the main stage of Drag Race Toontown. Let's meet our judges. First, our resident panelist, my best friend, it's Monique. And our guest judge, one of the most famous sea creatures ever, from Cartoon Drag Race Season 5, it's SpongeBob SquarePants. Now let the judging commence. Ladies, you have made it quite far into the competition, and there is no more hiding behind a safe position. You're either in the top, or you're in the bottom. With that out of the way, we've made some decisions. Mrs. Potato Head, you and your partner were both a dangerous duo on that runway. Good job, you're safe.
It all worked out in the end. My makeover partner's happy, I'm happy, and now the judges are happy. And to top it all off, my toad told me she wants me to be her drag mother. I can't say no to such an adorable face like that.
Polly Pocket, you and your partner were true siren sisters, and you wowed us with your presentation. You are safe.
Thank you, Kim. We looked absolutely gorgeous, and my makeover partner felt like a true diva up on that stage. That's what it's all about. Seeing them that confident made this whole challenge my absolute favorite this entire season.
Laurentis, you gave us a whole new meaning to drag house, and your anemone runway was nothing to clown around about. Congratulations, you are the winner of this week's challenge.
I can't believe it. My second win in a row. This is so exhilarating. I've gone from underdog to leader of the pack in just 2 weeks. And I couldn't have done it without the help of my toad. You're always welcome in Alola for a special makeup lesson, little one.
Ginger Foutley, your crab makeover seemed a little soft shell. I'm sorry, my dear, but you were up for elimination. Judy Jetson, your angelfish makeover felt like it was stuck in purgatory. Jade, you have wowed us before with your runways, but tonight, your jellyfish were a stinging disappointment. Jade. I'm sorry, but you are up for elimination. Judy Jetson, you are safe for now.
The judges are so biased, I swear to God. Lurantis should not have won that challenge, point blank. I shouldn't even have been in the bottom, and the fact that a stupid Pokemon whose only claim to fame is that she's the drag daughter of some flop queen is getting favored over everybody else is infuriating.
2 queens stand before me. Prior to tonight, you were asked to prepare a lip-sync performance to Best Day Ever by SpongeBob SquarePants. This is your last chance to impress me and save yourself from elimination. The time has come for you to lip-sync for your life.
This is my 3rd time lip syncing, but I'm not throwing in the towel. This isn't going to be how I go out of the competition, and Jade's going to need to pull out every trick that she has in order to stay over me. I love you, but you're going down. I had a feeling that I was going to end up here. But this is going to be the first, last, and only time that I will ever be lip syncing for anything but the crown. Ginger's not going to cause my dream to go up in smoke, and she's definitely not going to outshine me in this lip sync.
Good luck, and don't fuck it up. Jade and Ginger flopped the lip sync.
Oh my god, what is Jade doing up there? Pull it together for the love of God.
If I were more of a heartless bitch, I'd send you both home right now. I don't want to see any more terrible lip syncs, understood? Now, I've made my decision. Jade, Shantae, you stay. Ginger Foutley, we loved your fresh personality and fun attitude, and we do hope that your new journey in drag takes you to great places. Now sashay away.
To all of my sisters, you have all given me such a beautiful experience that I will never forget. This is going to make the best blog post ever. Keep in touch, everybody.
This is Untucked.
As the queens relax backstage, Jade, Mrs. Potato Head, and Polly all congratulate Lurantis on her 2nd straight win. Judy stays silent and is sitting on the other end of the couch. Lurantis tells all of the queens that she's so grateful that she managed to win yet again, but that she's nervous about what will happen next week if she has to lip sync, mentioning that Kim's comment struck fear into her. Polly says that she's hoping that Jade doesn't need to lip sync again, saying that she was worried she'd be sent home as well. The 2 queens hug. Mrs. Potato Head notices Judy by herself, and walks over, asking what's going through her mind, saying that she doesn't understand how Lurantis is suddenly doing so well, and that her makeover didn't even read as family resemblance. Mrs. Potato Head said that her designs were very creative and original, and that Lurantis seems to finally be coming into her own as an established drag artist. Judy disagrees, saying that she's not going to get screwed over by a two-faced bitch. Mrs. Potato Head walks away, realizing that Judy might be too far gone. As the queens begin to get ready to head back to their hotel rooms for the night, producers stop them and wheel out the TV. Expecting a message from home, the queens are shocked to see Kim Possible on the screen. Here's the sitch, queens. I'm sorry for keeping you here at such a late hour, but something hasn't been sitting well with me. I feel like one of the queens this season was let go too soon, and they never were able to reach their full potential. I'll be thinking over who I want to bring back into the competition, but this may take a while. You're free to head back to your hotel tonight, but just know that you won't be the top 5 for much longer.
Those 2 queens butchered my precious, sweet little song. Worst day ever.